Hello, welcome back. On RealCopStoriesVideos.com, over 360 cop stories, look them up, 7, 8, 9 minutes, depending on content. Hookers, prostitutes, lewd acts in bathrooms, and this still regular foot pursuits, vehicle pursuits, look them up. They're all my babies. In addition to that, on the same website, over 200 question and answers. So ask me a question and I'll respond to you. Ask me a question, email me at rsbcopstories@gmail.com and I'll respond to you. This one I can't respond to because it's too long and too lengthy. They asked me, how do you train recruits out of the academy? Woo! Tons of stuff. Well, basically, in those days, it was 6 months worth of stuff. Now it's a year. In those days, you had 6 months at the academy, 6 months out in the field, and you became, if you qualified, to be a police officer. Now it's 6 months at the academy and a year in the field now. But in those days, it was 6 months and a lot of packed in stuff in 6 months. Oh my gosh. And we evaluate the recruits every week to see how they're doing. They got to get better and better, otherwise they may not make it. Okay, so I covered this before, but I have a new recruit. Just Friday was at the graduation day. Monday he's working with me, fresh out of the academy. So for the first 2-3 weeks, I drive, of course, teaching them the basics. What street are we on? That's the biggest one. Okay, you make a turn, and theoretically, I make a turn on the street and I get shot. He has to put out for help. If he doesn't know where we're at, what good is it? What good is it? So that was the first challenge right out of the gate, the first day, the first hour. Where are we? I make a turn. Where are we? He has to look up constantly. Yeah, you have to look up constantly. I know the division. I've been there 6 years. I know where I'm at. He doesn't know. And I said, you don't have to know the address. Just give me like 100 block. That's all. The street signs it'll say Chicago and it has like 300, right? 300 block. That's all you have to have. Because if you put out Chicago 300 block, we're shot, believe me, they're going to find us. Helicopter will find us. Everybody will find us. Okay? To be in a helicopter, get aside here. The helicopter, you had to have worked 3 bureaus, which is, each bureau's got 4 divisions. And to qualify to be an observer, you have to work 3 bureaus. It takes about 10 to 11 years. And that way you know most of the streets. Because you can't go up there not knowing the streets, especially when you go out in different parts of the city. The city's big, 465 square miles, unbelievable, okay? So, back online here. So doing that. So there's a lot of things I have to teach him. And we're doing pretty good. We're going along 3 weeks or so. And I thought, okay, he needs, after he watches me, to see how I drive, see how I park at a radio call, see how we deploy on traffic stops. We've already had a pursuit. We've already had foot pursuit. We've already, I'll get into that later. We've already had lots of tickets, lots of stuff. Okay, so he's absorbing all this. You know, consider when my stories were, I start out, I did, and so was he, as a little thin sponge. And every day you start absorbing stuff. And pretty soon you start getting bigger and bigger, and 20 years you're big as a house or whatever. But anyway, you learn every day. Okay, you learn. So now I figure, okay, I'm gonna let him drive, because usually what happens is there's several recruits in the division at any given time. I think this one had like 6 at one time. 6 recruits. Different levels of their training. One was getting ready to finish. One was just behind him, 4 months in. One was 3 months in. And there was my guy and a couple guys in between. So the recruits all know each other because they're all new, reasonably new. And of course the training officers all know each other. There's little levels of expertise here, experience. And so the other recruits are wondering why he hasn't driven yet. Just like, what's happening? Because everybody evolved, so to speak. You go this way and then you drive some more, and then you become, okay. So it's all a matter of getting better and better as you go here. Anyway, so I figured it's time for him to drive. I think it was about 3.5 weeks in. I'll let him drive. Okay, so we get our equipment. We go in the parking lot. We're checking out our equipment. Now, I think he looked at me like something was up, because we got to the parking lot, and I'll cover this because I got time. We don't have hundreds, if not thousands, of police cars. Okay. At the end of a shift, the day shift comes in half an hour early, and maybe 6-8 police cars come in, and they're offloading their equipment while the night watch comes down from roll call, and those 6 or 8 cars are replaced by these new officers, and the other officers go home. So the cars are just constantly moving. So we're out in the parking lot looking for our car. He finds the car. We're putting our equipment to the back of it, and I hadn't told him yet. He's just standing by the car, but I knew something was up, because normally he gets the shotgun. And the shotgun's for the passenger officer. So I got the shotgun. I got the shotgun. So he looked at me like, what's going on? So we go out to the parking lot, and I got the shotgun. And we're standing behind the car. We got the trunk up, and we're putting our equipment in the back. We have print kits and helmets and stuff. And I go, oh, by the way, you're driving today. So I'm loading the shotgun. And I look around. He's like, okay. Man, you were surprised at his face. He's just standing there, And I put the equipment away. I'm checking the back of the car out, doing everything that he would do. But I'm doing it now because I'm the passenger officer, and he's watching now, okay? This is the hierarchy or the pecking order here. Not a big deal. It's just the way it's done. So I checked the back. It says back's good. Sounds good. Okay. So put the shotgun in the rack and okay, let's go. I'm watching him. And my sergeant's down there. He looks over at me. He gives me a nod because he's watching me and he's watching him. Okay. Everybody's watching everybody. Again, why are we doing this? I say this many, many times on the videos that, I'm being watched by the sergeant and the sergeant's watching him and I'm watching the recruit. Why? Why? Because you people have paid for his education at academy. You people expect us to produce you expect the academy to produce a good product. And you expect the train officers to produce a good policeman. To do that, you have to have good supervision as a sergeant, and you have to have good supervision as a train officer to come out with a good product here. That's all the recruits that made except for one, I'll talk about that one later, very pride in these guys. They all became officers, and most of them became sergeants, some became lieutenants, one became a commander. I mean, makes me feel good that it started with me. Really did. It was very nice. And other train officers too, of course. But anyway, so I get in the car, I pull out I have a metal book, and I start filling out our form for the day, what we do every day, our daily log. What does he do? Right to the gas pumps. Getting in gas, wiping the windows, that's what the driver does, okay? The mechanic's there. The mechanic's got several cars. All he's doing is checking the oil and stuff, make sure everything's okay. Because these cars run 24 hours a day, man. Whew. Okay, so car checks out okay. You ready to go? Okay, ready, let's go. He told me later that I don't know where to go. 'Cause it's like I watched an old Star Trek movie. At the end, they said, we're going to go on some 5-year mission, whatever it was, and where do you want to go? And they look at each other. I don't know. Let's just go out there somewhere. All right, warp 1 or whatever, and off they go. So he's like sitting there going, let's go. Okay. So he puts it in drive, and he pulls out of the parking lot and makes a turn, and we're down First Street. He goes, where should we go? And I said, well, just go on our patrol area. We have an area we're supposed to patrol. Okay. So we're driving along, and I'm watching him, and he is just, it's neat to watch because you can see that it's almost like I don't want to sound corny, but it's kind of like a young bird, and he's just spread his wings, and now he's starting to fly. It sounds, I know that's a metaphor there, or whatever you call it, but it's a nice comparison because you see him, he's driving now, he's confident enough, he feels good because I'm letting him drive, so he's respected me in the sense that he's going to let me drive tonight, and I think he felt that I have enough confidence in him that he's not going to get me killed or himself killed or, unfortunately, a citizen killed. You got a car going down here, it's a dangerous piece of equipment. If you're not controlling it, just like a gun and a bullet, it has no eyes. You have to control it yourself, okay? Okay, so we're going down the street. You get the first radio call. It's usually a family dispute. I get tired of those things. You get 3 or 4 of those a night, okay? So, people can't get along, they fight, whatever. So, okay, so get a call. Now he's been able to respond to the radio and hear it. I told you before, when you're new, all you hear is blah 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 blah. That's what it sounds like. Blah 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 blah. That's all you understand. But now he's listening. He goes, "Did we get a call?" I go, "Yeah, we got one." So he's picking it up now. I write down the call. This is a call. I write on a piece of paper and he looks at it. Okay, let's go. You know where that's at? Yeah, I know where it's at. Okay, good. Here we go. Okay, going up the street, big street. And he's asking me, which is good. He says, "It's the 3rd Street north?" I say, "It's the 2nd one." Okay, good. Sounds good. So he makes a right turn down a residential street. It's usually mostly residential. Got a few around the residential that are business, but mostly just, suburbia pretty much. And so I'm watching him now. And I'm looking for the address. Yeah, it looks like the first house next to the pole here on the right. Okay. I'm watching him. What does he do? He pulls a house and a half away, not in front of the house, far enough away from the curve so I don't have to step on, so my door can open. Okay. That happened before. I'll tell you that happened. So actually, back up. That happened later with him. I'll show you what happened. Anyway, so I get out of the car first because I'm there. Get out. It's still daylight. Right out of roll call. It's like 4:30. He gets out. Walk up. Yards, fences. So I'm watching him. He's looking at me. Since I'm the passenger officer, I'm the one that's going to make contact. That's the way we do it. So I go first. Okay, to the gate. What does he not do? He doesn't go up next to me, stand there at the gate with a couple of targets. Okay, he lays back on the sidewalk. I walk up. I open the gate. I keep it open. I walk in. He comes up. He walks in just like a tenured officer. Okay, walk up. I knock on the door. He opens the door. A Latin lady come out. I'm talking to her in Spanish. Her husband was drunk. He left. Blah blah. He took the car. Oh, that's great. I don't know where he is. Okay, fine. Are you okay? And so Okay, so I go in the house on purpose, even though I didn't ask her. I'm getting off of the driving part here, but just basically, I go in the house to make sure his husband isn't in there with a knife telling her to tell the cops to go away. Our job is to make sure the public's safe. Okay, fine. So we handle that call, it's no big deal. We get back in the car. We take off. Okay. So driving around. Get a business, about 10 minutes later, we get a business dispute. One of the main drags up there. We always get that. So he wasn't thinking. So we drive up there, and it's a business on a main drag, but you can park on the street, big street, big 6-lane road, and you can park on the curves. It's not restricted. And so there's a spot to park. So he pulls up. He's looking. There's the address. Okay, I think it was an appliance store or something. It was right there. Okay, so he goes past it, which is fine. It's a business. It's still daylight. Pulls to the curb. He gets out, and quickly he's awful in one. I go, "Kunk." I can't get out of the car. Well, he's a new kid, and he didn't look over where he was going to park to see if the curb is high enough. Because most residential streets, the curves are shorter. Business streets, sometimes they make them higher because they have drains, for the water, and the curves are higher. I don't know how the way that is. Some streets are that way, some aren't. He didn't anticipate that, so I go, "Kunk," and he's already walking behind the car. I go, "Mm-mm." He looks, and I go, hand out the window. Runs back in the car. "What happened?" "I can't open my door." Goes, "Oh my gosh. Just relax. Just park a little farther away." Okay, so he pulls out and get out. "Thank you." I get out, so we walk in there. So we handle that call. Somebody was parking their car in the back parking lot or something, so we had it moved. And again, big thing to call the police. Why don't you go next door and tell them, "Move your freaking car." Okay, no. We had to go over there and do it ourselves. Okay, fine. So we get in the car, and we're sitting there in the car, and I'm running a report. It's a 2-liner. He goes, we're looking at each other, Camera A, camera B. "What's the matter with you?" I'm looking at him. He goes, "What if we got shot at?" Okay, now can you imagine? I've already got him thinking what I told him when I started. He goes, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Well, if we got shot at, you couldn't get out of the car." Very good. Now you're thinking, okay? You know that thing right up here above your neck? It's not just something to put your hat on. Okay, he starts laughing. "Get out of here." So he drives off. And I'm thinking, that's pretty good. Good answer, kid. Good answer. He's worried about me not getting out of the car. Okay? Pretty good. Okay, so then we're trying to remember all the stuff that happened. Is this couple, it's just, one, we see a ticket. Okay, we see we're going down Major Street. So many moving parts here. We see a guy blow a red light, come across, Goes, "There's your ticket." He goes, "Okay, so our light is green." Okay? So he's looking, well, he can't get around, okay? In other words, there's 2 lanes, he's in this lane, there's 1 lane and there's 3 lanes, he's in the right lane. Car went like this. So light turns green, everybody's moving, he's looking, it's a busy street, he's looking, he goes, "Oh my God, I can't get around." So he tries to get over it, and people won't let him in, and because he's trying to get over it, and he goes, "Oh, he's getting," and I'm looking back going, he's getting farther away, he goes, "I can't get around. So he goes to the middle of the road, they have a left turn lane. Whips a big U-turn. He goes, "Where is he?" I said, "He's in China, man. He's gone," okay? He goes, "Oh, man." I said, "No big deal." So I had to teach the kid, you can't. He goes, "Man." I said, "Look, it happens. Nothing you can do about it. We're not chasing the Kennedy assassin here, okay? It's a ticket, okay? So you did the right thing, though." He goes, "What'd I do right?" I said, "You didn't get in an accident. I've seen partners that take off and they start cutting people off and off they go. No, you don't want to do that. And the motoring public thinks you're crazy. Okay? I just saw black and white go, cut off 4 cars, committed 4 traffic violations, and take off the other way. Should those officers get tickets? I've heard that before. Okay? Every time you hear that, why did he get a ticket? Well, okay. We're police officers, but still, you shouldn't be cutting people off. Okay, so he goes, "Oh, okay. So that's how it went on for the night. He did really good. He had one little screw up there with it, and one of those not getting the ticket. I don't count that one. Parking too close to the curb. But for the most part, I was very satisfied with an evening with him driving the car. I was not scared any time. I haven't put any kind of pressure yet. It came later when he went in a pursuit, but he handled that pretty well. Okay, so you can see where he's evolving here. He's getting better at what he's doing. He's more confident in what he's doing. I'm just telling him, don't freak out over a lost ticket. Even if you see a pedestrian look kind of shady, maybe saw him throw something, you can't get them all. You do the best you can. You don't want to hurt anybody trying to get to somebody. Okay, You get it, you get it, you don't, you don't. Now it's different if it's a felon, if it's a robber, a rapist. Oh yeah, you want to be on him, you want to knock people over to get to that guy. That's different. That's a righteous crime, a felony. You need to do that, protection of the public. But tickets and people with a beer, so see him throw a beer bottle in, you do it if you can, but don't kill anybody. So I was very satisfied with that. It was the first time he'd been out, and there was many, many times after that he drove, obviously. But every fourth day I let him drive, and he did really well, got better and better as he went along. So hope you enjoyed that first day with him, and we'll see you next time, okay? Bye-bye.